ATV to ride. The V-twin sounds awesome. Woo! Staying in there. My first kind of real actual public trail ride on this ATV. So needless to say, I'm super excited because it is one crazy machine. All right. So I did learn if you hold the mode button, I had some things wrong in my last video. So if we go through the modes, EPS is on medium. If I hold the center button, I can go up to high for more power steering. So I'm actually going to put it on high because I'm kind of curious. This performance standard is for throttle response, so thank you to the person or a couple people that commented saying that. So I'm going to put it in performance mode. It's supposed to make it a bit more peppy, which is kind of cool that it's got like 2 separate tunes on it almost, and that's from the factory. Ooh, this is going to be fun, man. So obviously this thing's just a little narrower than a side-by-side, and this is the type of place where, I mean, it's all side-by-side with trails. Woo! So it should be pretty easy to get around. And Chad is on the, I think he said it's a 16 Renegade XP1000. Ooh, it's a little slick. And we have had a little freeze thaw, so I think we're gonna have a little bit of an ice base. So fun. So, a bit less dramatic than a sport ATV. Obviously, you're not shifting gears at all. You don't really have as much influence over how the machine performs because it's so heavy. Ooh, we're gonna get on this right away. So I got it in 4-wheel drive now. We'll see what it's like under power, because when I had it on medium power steering, it was kind of grabby and pulley and you had to fight it. Woo. It is a lot better in 4-wheel drive. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm excited to trade with Chad at some point. We'll really see how different these are. And he's got spacers on his, if you were wondering. And it's around the mid-50s for width. Starting to get a little more aggressive with it. A little more confidence. Woo! Big jump there. Gotta get an exhaust on this thing. Whoa, that was a big hit. Still didn't bottom it out though. I do want to say thank you to a lot of the new viewers that have been watching some of the recent videos. I do think making the content with the Polaris has introduced me to a couple new people, so welcome to my channel. me seeing myself standing most of the time. I think it just makes me feel a bit more in control, just because this thing is so mega. Alright, we are back. That is such a fun little side loop. We'll go straight. I am so blown away. I'd say hands down, the most impressive thing about this quad, the shocks. They're unreal. It is such a pillow. Big one, big one. Whoa! Looks like we're gonna get out into the clear cut here. Some dirt. He's scooting now. Pace is up. Whoa! Oh, that does not get old. Whoa! Oh! A little slippery. He's the guinea pig right now, being in the lead. We got a couple climbs coming up here. It's just unfazed by rocks. That's a good climb there. Hey, there's another ATV. We're not the only crazy guys out here. And we caught up to some other handlebar people. Look at that. People braving the elements. Pretty rowdy. That was pretty rowdy. You were getting a little squirrely a couple times.
That one corner just hit that tree. I'll let those guys get ahead of us a little bit.
Yeah, we're almost to the end of it. Good to go? You want me to go? Yeah. Alright, lots of little jumps on this section unless they changed it. So, I don't know how icy this is, so we're gonna go a little slow around the brick trail corners. Not nearly as much style as the sport quads. This has had work done to it. Holy cow. Wow, I can't believe how many trees they cut down. Still kind of the same old trail, but it is kind of sad. Wow, what did they do to this trail? Holy crap! Look at this.
What's that?
They cut all this down.
Yeah, it's been like this for a while.
I haven't seen this. It's all wide now. Why don't I have you lead so I can get you on video? It's crazy to see a good chunk of the woods cut down. Wow. This is weird. Man, it's like a tornado came through here. I'm kind of sad. I loved this trail. Come on. Chad, you are ripping, dude. I can't catch up. go. Come on. Whoa. Man. After riding for a while, I will say, power steering on high, combined with the four-wheel drive, very nice. Wow, he is doing it for Dale. Nice riding, Chad. And we are getting to the end of our out and back today. You were ripping, I couldn't keep up with you for a bit.
I'm getting more comfortable on it. Oh, it's handling with the slide. I've never ridden in this condition.
No, it was sweet.
Got some good air now.
You launched one and I just went for it right behind you.
Before today's video goes any further, I'm excited to announce our Florida shirt is now on our merch store. Each shirt is now available in a variety of background colors and design variants, so feel free to check them out on our site. And as always, thank you to everyone for your continued support.
You've never ridden any of the Scramblers?
Never.
Have you ridden the sports, like the 1000 Sportsman or any of them? No?
I've ridden Dare's 850.
Okay. Well, this is, I'm assuming, just a little more souped, but that's just programmer and pipe?
Yeah.
But still, I'm assuming it's got more.
Yeah, I just had the ECU program down here so it doesn't backfire.
Yeah.
You gotta turn it with the key?
Yep, just like a car. Give it a good hold. It's in four-wheel drive?
Yeah.
The seating position is much more sporty. The seat is wide, but people say the throttle response is a lot snappier. Not necessarily a lot, but it is snappier. Oh, this feels quite a bit different. I like the foot pegs. Definitely not quite as plush, but this is an older machine. That's a brand new unit, so that's why it would be nice to compare with maybe the latest and greatest Renegade, but this is still a good example. The steering feels a little heavier. I think he's got it in the highest setting, he said. I do feel more apt to want to sit on this, whereas with the Scrambler, I want to stand, which is interesting. Good power. It's pretty aggressive. I'd say it turns tighter. It's got a tighter turning radius. Overall, the ride is plusher on the Scrambler. This isn't bad, but when you go directly comparing, that's probably the biggest difference I've noticed right now is the shocks. I do like the handlebar situation on this thing more though. I'm actually like over the front of the machine, kind of like a sport quad. See, like this has got the aggression when you hit the throttle where it really will want to wheelie. And that thing doesn't really want to do that all the times I've hammered into it. We'll have him go by. I think this just feels more sporty. I think that's the vibe I'm getting. It doesn't feel as giant, but that doesn't mean it's more capable. Because that Scrambler is just, it is a magic carpet. I love that analogy. It's a magic carpet. Whew. Wow.
I like it.
The shocks are a difference.
Oh, definitely. It's so stable.
It's very, it is.
This thing is like you're on cruise control and it just kind of sucks up everything. That one's more of a driving, but you got to be able to drive what you're going through.
Well, I was just starting to realize the ergonomics are more sporty on this.
Yeah, it's more, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like it's not as big, even though it's still just about as big.
I can definitely tell the difference. This got a little more power.
This does, yes. I had one moment where I hammered it decent, and it did feel like the front wanted to come up.
Yeah. Like, I think like taking corners and stuff, this thing was better. You don't have to use so much body English in it. Just
yeah, yeah, not really at all. Foot pegs are better on yours.
Yeah, they're definitely two different machines. They both have their pros and cons.
I'll keep riding that around. I think it'd be fun to get a little more comfortable on it, and we'll have you take the Scrambler. Yep. It's fun to watch you riding it. Very interesting comparison here. Woo-hoo-hoo! This thing does have oomph, man. Woo! I feel more comfortable on this in some ways. Man, it's got some power, dude. But then if you're jumping, man, that Scrambler is sweet when you're jumping, dude. Getting more comfortable on it. I do have to fight this a bit more. I'm getting more fatigued with the all-wheel drive on. Even with the power steering, when you're under power, I gotta battle it a little bit, and that's an interesting note as well. Still predictable ATV to ride. The V-twin sounds awesome. I'm having fun. I like this thing. Ooh, I bottomed there. Yeah, I'm bottoming a little bit on this. Right floorboards hit the ground a couple times. Staying in it there. That might have been the fastest I've had it going. All right.
I'm gonna switch back before I start liking this. I like jumping this one better.
I like jumping it more. This one's beating me up a little more, yeah. But I think it's almost more fun because of that.
That's what I'm saying. It's more of a rider. You know what?
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta ride it to make it work.
Yes. I think it has a little more giddy up, power-wise. That's kind of rubber bandy.
Yeah, I like this one. I can drive way faster on this already than I can on that on this trail. I can already tell them.
You've been very comfortable on it right away. Yeah. Well, I really like the handlebars on this. It feels more sporty.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're both.
See, this is more of a plus sports machine. That's more of a performance machine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's kind of a good way to put it.
I can definitely tell a difference in cornering from that one to this one.
Well, now it'll be interesting for me to change back. Well, for us to both change back and see what we think.
Yeah.
That was a lot more rigid of a ride, but like I had said, the fun factor was also higher at times because it was more rigid, and that's what's fun about the sport quads is you gotta ride them right in order to ride them smooth. Man, this thing makes you laugh when you jump, man. Maybe go to the right. Oh, look at that. A trail that says one way. What is this? This is sweet. A little narrower. Love the bench cut. Ooh. I do feel more comfortable, man. I think I'm finally starting to feel one with this thing as far as like, I mean, you guys know how it is when you get used to a vehicle, and that's how I'm starting to feel on this, is that I'm not so like, oh gosh, how close am I to the edge? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow, that is sketch. Whoa, did you break a rod? What's going on here? Dude, you broke something.
My tie rod on this bent.
The tie rod bent?
Yeah, that's why it did.
That's why you went off.
I'm gonna pull ahead.
Did you feel an impact?
No.
That is so weird. Yeah, I wonder if something was just fatigued and it finally went. Do you think you'll just try to drive it slow?
Yeah.
It looks like, I mean, it's not horrible.
No, I'm gonna have to go really slow.
That is totally fine. Well, that was an interesting 5 minutes. This is a really cool trail. I don't recall ever riding this. It's been great to see this place expand, or maybe we have just been slacking and not hitting all the trails.
Was quite the winter ride today at Spider Lake. Huge shout out to Chad for letting me rip the Renegade and for coming along today. It wasn't the warmest day, but it wasn't the coldest. We actually had pretty primo conditions. They obviously had like a freeze thaw up here because underneath all this snow is pretty much glare ice. So studs would have been pretty slick, but at the same time, that's what's fun about the 4x4s is you can really get away without studs. It was still super fun riding, and I really liked seeing what the Polaris could do on all the jumps here. It was really, really cool to hop on the Renegade and go back and forth with the Scrambler. I really, really would like to ride and see a new Renegade 1000. I'm sure it's improved on Chad's platform a bit. So that machine was a bit rougher ride, but it also felt a bit edgier and kind of sportier. So I felt a bit more comfortable on it. I liked the handlebar ergonomics on the Renegade more, but I liked the seat more on the Scrambler. So, you know, massive pros and cons to both machines. I am trying to help some of you guys that are in the market for machines like these, and I just don't feel quite qualified to make a full-on opinion, obviously, with a Renegade. I need to see the direct competitor to the Scrambler in its most up-to-date form. So maybe I'll get a chance to do that. Maybe Can-Am will hook me up with the demo unit. Once again, massive shout out to Polaris for giving us the opportunity. As always, thank you to everybody that's been supporting us on our website. Thank you for buying parts and merch. Thank you for liking and commenting on the videos. You guys are a huge part of this, and we are always grateful. So super excited to see what else winter has in store for us. Probably try to get out on the Raptor next ride, maybe. Guess we'll see. And until the next one, you guys ride safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.